Hey, welcome to the video. My name's Andrew. So grab your guitar and let's learn the chords that we need to play Slim Dusty's Lights on the Hill. Now before we get started, if you want to play along with the original recording, you're going to need to grab a capo and drop it on the 2nd fret. Now as far as live playing goes, the videos I've watched, sometimes Slim would use a capo, sometimes he wouldn't, probably depending on how his voice felt at the time. So for this tutorial, we're going to get rid of the capo and we're just going to do it standard. Now the other thing is Slim played with a thumb pick, which is like that. And he'd wear it on his thumb and he'd do the pick strum. I'm just going to use a normal flat pick. The first chord that we're going to need is an open D chord, and if you haven't played one before, just simply place your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the high E string, your index finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, and your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B string. To play this, we're going to use an alternating bass pattern, which means we're going to pick the open D string, followed by a strum. We're then going to pluck the open A string, followed by a strum. So we put it together. The next chord we're going to need is going to be an open G chord. Now if you want to play this the same way that Slim does, he places his pinky on the 3rd fret of the high E string, places his middle finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, and his ring finger on the 3rd fret of the low E string, like such. Now the alternating bass note for the G chord is going to be our G note on the low E string, 3rd fret, followed by the open D string. Next chord we need is an A7 chord, and the way Slim plays this is by barring his index finger across the 2nd fret so it covers the D string through to the high E string, and then he places his 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the high E string. And the alternating bass pattern for this chord is going to be the open A string, followed by the D string. So it'll sound a bit like this. The introduction has got a little riff which sounds like this. We're going to play the open A string twice, followed by the 2nd fret of the A string to the 4th fret, and then we hit our open D bass note for our D chord. Now the A section of the song consists of 2 bars of D, followed by 2 bars of G, followed by 2 bars of A7, and then another 2 bars of D. We then repeat that section. The next section of the song is our B section. Now that consists of 2 bars of the A chord, followed by 2 bars of the D chord, then another 2 bars of A, then another 2 bars of D. You'll notice I played a 2-note bass run leading into that B section. So that's simply the 4th fret on the A string to the 2nd fret on the A string. And then from there we play our A7 chord, that pick strum pattern for 2 bars. We're then going to do a pick and a strum on our D chord, followed by the riff from the introduction. And then we're going to do a pick strum again, and then we're going to play that bass note run back to our A7 chord. Last part of the song is the tag at the end, and that is simply the last 4 bars of the A section. So 2 bars of A7 followed by 2 bars of D. Now the format of the song is the intro, then we have 2 lots of the A section, a B section, another lot of the A section, then there's a guitar solo which is played over the A section again. We then jump to the B section, another A section, and then the tag, and the song's done. We're finished. Thanks again for tuning into this tutorial. Really appreciate your time. If you haven't done so already or you're new around here, please subscribe, ring the bell to get notified when the next video is released, and do all those good things the algorithm loves, like leave me a comment, leave me a like, all that sort of stuff. But until next time, cheers.